Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from SeanKBeauty, and this is Sean K's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You leave your questions in the comments below, and I will bring my scientific knowledge to answer those questions. And this is a really great question, guys, and I didn't want to just answer it on in the comments below without bringing this to you guys' attention. And that is, how do you know when makeup is fake or you bought counterfeit makeup? And I want this to be something that you really take into consideration, because there's a lot of dangerous chemicals that go into fake makeup. I touched on this briefly when I mentioned in a previous video about buying makeup on eBay or Amazon. There have been cases where people look at the consistency and they would say, well, the first time I bought it, it seemed okay, but when I bought it the second time, the color was different or there was a smell. It's the same with makeup. So we're going to go with 7 really key tips for you to know that your makeup is counterfeit or that you bought fake makeup. So the internet is our friend, right? We can go on the websites of those brands that we're buying makeup from. Now, I know that Matthew is in Nigeria and she said that she bought e.l.f. products. How does she know that she bought authentic e.l.f. makeup? One of the ways is looking at the product on e.l.f.'s website and comparing it to yours. You bought a mascara. I would literally look at the mascara wand on the e.l.f. site and see if there's some differences going on with the wand that you have. Another way of knowing too is by smell. If you have a really high pungent smell going on with the product, more times than not, it's going to be counterfeit, especially if it's like a high-end, like a YSL or an Estee Lauder or Lancome mascara. More times than not, high-end brands, they have a light fragrance going on with their mascaras. So if you have a really pungent smell going on, then definitely you more times than not would have a counterfeit. Another great app to download is called Check Fake. And this will actually show you whether or not your makeup is an original or a counterfeit to keep you safe from fake makeup. Barcodes and serial numbers. The first 2 to 3 digits, which represents the country of origin, if that's different, then definitely you've got a counterfeit. More times than not with counterfeits, there is no serial number, so that will also be an indication. Fake shadows, blushes, lipsticks, and powders. When they're fake, they will not look like the authentic product. So what you want to do is go back onto that manufacturer's website and compare the colors to see whether or not you've got a fake. And here's a picture just showing you really briefly how you can identify the authentic from the counterfeit. So let's talk about sponges and brushes. More times than not, it may look the same, but they may differ in shape, size, and even the texture when you're applying it onto your skin. It's not as satisfactory. And what you can do, again, is go on the manufacturer's website and definitely compare apples to oranges to determine whether or not this is the authentic or this is a fake product. Again, the FDA does not approve makeup before it goes into the marketplace, so it's up to us to do our due diligence to make sure that we do not have fake products. Here's a quick tidbit. If you're going into a store and you're kind of suspect about this particular product that you want to buy, you can always ask the representative to see the quality certificate. The quality of certificate will let you know if this is authentic or not. So that's a quick tidbit there. So products that are supposed to be matte should not have any inappropriate sparkles to them or any sort of impurities, especially if they're supposed to be matte. So make sure that you're inspecting your product. Creamy cosmetics should not have any impurities in them. And more times than not, when you've purchased a fake lipstick, it's less attractive when you look at it. More times than not, especially with lipstick, it's going to look a little bit off. So that's another key thing to look for when you're thinking you may have a fake. Another obvious one is that the fake would be a whole lot cheaper than the actual real makeup. Now, in the case of e.l.f., it could still get cheaper. Sometimes when you're buying a fake, it'll be like 80% less than the original price. And if you're still very unclear on whether or not you have a fake or the real thing, you can always contact the manufacturer and give them as much detailed screenshots, and they will let you know whether or not you have a fake product or a real product. So let's talk about packaging and fonts. A lot of the times they differ a lot. There's misspelled names. There's also different colors of the packaging. The names are not the same, meaning the shade names are not the same. Kylie Jenner is a perfect example of this. A lot of people have been knocking off that cosmetic line. So you definitely want to make sure that you're examining the real thing. And again, you can do that by looking on the actual website of the original product and then looking at what you have. A lot of the times knockoffs, they don't take the time to spell things correctly, get the shades printed right, or, you know, even the fonts. So definitely that's a good way to identify whether or not you have a fake from the original. So let's move on to the next tip. And my last tip is shop at reputable retailers and beware of these auction sites. You know, I know that there's a lot of sites out there that buy Jouer cosmetics and they don't buy it from the Jouer website. I purchased from Jouer, which is another makeup line that I really love. I purchased from Christina's website because A, I love Christina. B, I know that I can reach out to her on Instagram and she'll answer my questions. C, I know that she knows her products, and because of my relationship with her, I don't want to buy from other sites, and I look at reviews. I look at reviews from the sites that are selling her products, and more times than not, all of the reviewers are saying this wasn't pigmented enough, when I know it is pigmented, or this fades, or this just is, something didn't look right. Just be leery of that kind of thing. I've given you the tips. Hopefully you guys take heed to this. One of the things is, guys, and remember I mentioned this in a lot of my videos, the FDA does not approve makeup before it goes into the marketplace. So we as consumers really have to do our part, to do our research, to dig deeper. And I know it's just a pain in the butt because we just want to use the products. And though we love bargains, we have to be careful that those bargain deals are not detrimental to us. Remember, these are chemicals that are formulated to give you pigmentation of from eyeshadows, for your lipsticks, and all of this other stuff that is absorbed into the skin when you apply it. So you definitely want to make sure that you are buying from a reputable brand, and that you're doing your research to make sure that you have authentic products. I love you guys. I want to equip you with as much knowledge as I possibly have, because wisdom is the application of the information that you are given. So enjoy your cosmetics, but make sure that you're doing your part to know that your cosmetics is actually the real deal. I love you. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Give this a thumbs up if you found it to be helpful. And as usual, leave your questions in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Ciao for now.